Alright people, Max Salden here again and welcome back to another Mass Effect video. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about my idea for what the Amazon Mass Effect series, what I would want it to be. Not what it's actually going to be because that hasn't been confirmed yet, but this is just what I would like to see. I've been thinking about it and I think Omega would be a good setting for a Mass Effect series. I originally thought the Citadel might be a good place because there's so many alien races that congregate on the Citadel. It's sort of a melting pot for the Milky Way and all the different societies and races. But I thought the Citadel might be a bit too boring for a show. I'm sure there's an underworld and a criminal underworld and stuff on the Citadel, but I thought Omega is the more grimy, more grounded, sort of harsh environment that I think I would like to watch, where you could really get into all these criminal gangs and maybe focus the show on Aria T'Loak and her rise to power on Omega. A lot of people want the show to be about Shepard and to retell Shepard's story. But in my opinion, the games do Shepard's story well enough. We don't really need to retell Shepard's story in a new medium. In my opinion, you should just take the world of Mass Effect and tell your own story in there. And maybe the story of Omega overall, how Omega got started. Maybe you don't even need Aria to show up, but I was just thinking she might be a cool character to follow, because she's an Asari. She's 500 years old when Shepard meets her. There's a lot of backstory to tell there. She's a pretty badass character. She was voiced by Carrie-Anne Moss, who most people would know as Trinity from The Matrix. If you could get her back to play Aria in a live action role, I don't know if she'd be willing to put on the Asari makeup or get done up as an Asari, and if she even really cares about Mass Effect all that much, or if she's really invested in this series. Maybe it was just a paycheck to her when she did the voice of Aria. I've never really heard her speak about her time playing the character, or if she even remembers it. But it would be really cool if she came back as Aria, and then you had this show about her backstory and how she came to Omega and how she took over Omega. And again, like the Citadel, Omega is a sort of melting pot of all these different races and all the different species. But it's just got that bit of an edge to it, that sort of Mos Eisley spaceport hive of scum and villainy sort of vibes to it, where I think that sort of darker tone would make me more interested in watching if you did something like that. Made it about Aria having to solve another problem with her criminal empire that week. Some new crime boss is trying to overtake some of her turf or whatever. And you could sort of focus it around Omega, because it's a big universe, or a big Milky Way is a big galaxy. There's a lot of planets and stuff you could do too. It could become very sprawling and very epic in the future. But I would start it off at least on Omega, and just call the show Mass Effect Omega, and just let's see where that would go. I think there's not really a lot of stuff confirmed about what they're actually doing with this show. There's some rumours going around that Henry Cavill could be involved. Some people think he's going to play a male Shepard. But again, as I've said, I'm not really that interested in seeing Shepard's story told outside of the games. And also, it sort of makes canon. You have to choose if male Shep or femme Shep is canon by doing this. And I think you're going to sort of divide the audience. I really like Jennifer Hale's femme Shep. Most of my gameplay footage that I use in these videos, I'm just playing my femme Shep gameplay. And I wouldn't be that upset if they made male Shep canon, but I would be like, I sort of prefer femme Shep as the main character of Mass Effect. and I think other people would get upset if they did actually make a femme-shep show and didn't make male-shep canon. So again, I think it's wiser to take Shepard out of the equation and tell a different story. And again, my suggestion is just Aria T'Loak. I think she's underrated as a character. And I think it would be really interesting if Carrie-Anne Moss came back and they did something with her. But again, I'd really need to look up how invested she was in the series, if she even remembers doing it. Maybe it was just a small voice acting gig for her, and that's where it ends. But yeah, that's just my idea for the Mass Effect series they're going to do on Amazon. I would really like to see it take place on Omega. So thanks for watching, people. Let me know your ideas down below.